So hey guys, welcome back. This is kind of a special edition video, if you will, because I am very proud of these little box sets that I made up for my Prince collection. You know, I really wanted to do something kind of special for, celebrating Prince's life and, just doing something special because I have quite a nice collection of Prince records, and I just couldn't think of anything for a while, and then I came up with this idea to make up a box set of his studio albums. And I just am real tickled how it came out. I just think it came out really good. So I'm just going to kind of turn this table and go over how the box came about. The box itself I did not make. I actually did purchase the box. So, maybe it's not as special as I think it is, but I really like it. I think it's a great home for my Prince collection, and I'm quite proud how it turned out. So I'm just going to spin it around here. Now the decals and whatnot I purchased online, and just carefully selected because there's a lot of material out there to pick from. I just wanted it to be kind of subtle, but also, just obviously be Prince related, so you can kind of just get a feel for how the box turned out. I think it just is perfect, and I'm just not sure that there ever will be an actual Prince studio albums box set. So, I decided to make one myself. And while it's not as great as it could be, I suppose, and if there ever is an actual official studio albums box set, of course I'd be interested in it, but for now this is what I decided to do. And I'll show you the top of it here, and you can see that I put his name on the top, and on the inside I've got the famous symbol, and I'm not going to be able to take out the records to show you, but this same symbol is on each the front and back panels of the inside of the box as well, on the front panel and back panel on the inside. So I did try to make it look cool. I hope you guys like it, and of course more importantly is what's inside. The albums do fit in there very well. It's not super tight, so if you were moving or something you'd probably want to take them out of here and do something else, but for the purposes of this video, just to show off my Prince collection, I just thought it'd be really cool to do something kind of special, special to me anyway, to show my love of Prince. Of course, you see a couple posters behind you there as well, so it's a really fun thing to show, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. I'll be right back. So guys, hey, welcome back. I hope I'm recording here. Yeah, it looks like I am. So I hope you enjoyed looking at the box with me. It really is a labor of love. I was 12 years old when John Lennon died, so I really don't have great memories of that, but I think it would have been very similar for me to experience losing somebody so beloved, if I was older like I am now when John Lennon died. But for me, losing Prince was the biggest celebrity musical death of my lifetime, really, so being such a big fan, I just really wanted to do something unique and special, and I hope I've done that. It really isn't anything that fancy, it's just a box, and I just got some decals and put it on there, but I just thought it was a really cool way to kind of show you guys my Prince collection, and to do something a little bit above and beyond what I would normally do is just pull out my records and show you. So I hope you like the boxes. I had a lot of fun putting them together, and it was just kind of a really nice memorial for me, just to kind of symbolize, how important Prince has been in my musical journey. Being a fan since the early 80s and being my age, pushing 50 years old, it's been one of those artists that has stuck with me a very, very long time. So without further ado, we'll just get into boxes. And yes, there are two of them. I've got the 12-inch box behind me, which is identical, so there's no point in showing you in the earlier video both boxes because they are absolutely identical. But I did make up two of them. That one has 12-inch singles in it, and I will pause the video and kind of switch things out. And then I've got in front of me here the studio albums box set. So we'll start with the studio albums box set and just go through every record really quick. I'm very proud of my Prince collection and very fortunate that I was able to collect them when I did and not wait until his untimely death, because otherwise I would be paying astronomical prices or waiting for the reissues. And yes, there will be reissues of almost everything you see here in the near future, probably all of them before the end of the 2016 from what I understand. So knowing how vinyl pressing plants work, who knows, but they are all scheduled to be re-released on vinyl between now, basically, I think the first one's out now, and then sometime before the end of the year. So just be patient, don't pay eBay scalpers prices, and have fun gathering your own Prince collection. So we'll start from the beginning, and I hope I put these in order. I think I have. And I'm sorry I'm a little off-center, but I wanted to show off my posters too. I've put together a couple posters. That one is a promo poster, the black one here, for his very best of collection, eBay purchase. Just bought a cheap frame for it and framed it. Just really liked it. And then behind me is a picture I just found particularly interesting. I know you don't see it extremely well, but it's just him playing the guitar, and he's in an all gold suit, gold guitar, gold boots, and I just thought, that's Prince, you know, kind of a showman. Not kind of, he was a big showman, and certainly a picture I enjoy seeing on my wall all the time. So I don't have the years in front of me, so I'm probably not even going to rattle off the years unless I happen to know them by heart, but I think this came out in 1970 something, late 70s, just simply called Prince. Of course, this is an original copy. Everything you'll see here is not everything. That's not true. There have been some reissues. I'll get to those here actually pretty quickly. But this is an original from the late 70s, and this had a lot of good songs on it here. I Want to Be Your Lover, Why Do You Treat Me So Bad, let's see what else, With You, I Feel For You, which of course was famously covered by Shaka Khan, and a really great debut album from Prince. So that starts my box off. And then we go to the next album here called For You. This was actually the hardest one I had, one of the harder ones I had to obtain an original copy of, because there are just not that many out there. Now, I suppose there are some that have resurfaced since, but you know, this one I've had for a while. Luckily, all these I've had for a while, but this one had a lot of good songs on it too. For You, let's see, Baby, I'm Yours. This one maybe was a little bit of a step back for me, as opposed to the debut, but you know, and I could be out of order too, so don't quote me. This may have come out prior to the Prince album. I'm really not even entirely sure. This may have been his debut, come to think of it. But either way, his first two albums, I prefer the self-titled Prince one more. And then things start really getting good. I like early Prince, I really do, but it was a bit repetitive, I guess you could say, and his real genius and his real best work was still to come. And this is actually a repress of Controversy. And this, no, I'm sorry, this is Dirty Mind. Sorry, Dirty Mind. I should be editing these better. Anyway, as you can see, I'm a little bit nervous actually showing these records, but Dirty Mind, great record here. And this had a lot of hits, including the title track, Uptown, Head, let's see, When You Were Mine Again. And let's see, the whole album's good, really. So this is actually a repress, though. Some of these were repressed in the last, I'd say, 5-6 years, and I did not have a good original copy of this. So this is a 180-gram repress, which probably would be, again, very expensive right now. Just wait. Now we get to Controversy. Sorry about that. And I always like this album an awful lot. I'm sorry I'm not showing you the labels and stuff, but they're all fairly generic. There isn't really that much to see. I want to try to keep this video moving along here. This one's just chock full of good hits, and this is really kind of the beginning of his real famous period, I guess you could say. This one came out, and I'm just not going to be able to read years on this. My eyes are not going to allow me to read the fine print, so you can look them up. They're easy to find on Wikipedia, Discogs. If you really want to know what year these came out, this one was very early 80s. Maybe 82, 81 or 82. And then, of course, we've got 1999. Everyone knows this record. It's just the whole thing could be on the greatest hits package, pretty much. This is an original pressing, gatefold jacket, 1999, Little Red Corvette, Delirious, Let's Pretend We're Married, DMSR, Something in the Water Does Not Compute, International Lover. I mean, like I said, the whole thing could really be on a greatest hits package. I do have an actual second copy of that that's a non-gatefold. Don't know why, really, but the next one I actually have 3 copies of. Purple Rain, of course. There isn't much to say that you don't already know about Purple Rain. Again, the whole thing could be a hits package. This is a 180-gram reissue that came out 4, 5, 6 years ago. I've got an original copy of it here. And I wish I could say I have an original Warner Brothers purple vinyl of it, but I have a Mexican import purple vinyl. Maybe I will show you this one real quick. The difference you can tell is the coloring is not quite as crisp and clear as a Warner Brothers pressing. I don't know if these were bootlegs or if it was just specifically for the Mexico market or what, but the telltale sign is the label. The purple Mexico copy has a standard Warner Brother label on it, and the really the rare one, the one that everyone wants real bad, is the one that has the flowers on it. You know, the theme from the back cover. It has flowers on the label. So as you're out looking for these, if you see this one, don't overpay for it because it really doesn't sound very good. I'll just put it back later. This one does not sound good. I just got it for the color, really. Just to say I had Purple Rain on purple vinyl, but of course I'm always on the hunt for an original purple vinyl, but they're very scarce and very expensive. So from there we go to Around the World in a Day. Still a fantastic record, quite a departure from Purple Rain. Shocked the world, really. And this one is kind of unique in a way because it has that fold over. Yeah, I don't want to take every record out of the sleeve here because we would just be here forever, but this actually folds over and has the track listing on the side. Love Raspberry Beret, Pop Life, great album here, and one that has grown with people over the years. It was not universally loved when it first came out, as was the next one, Parade. I guess it actually technically goes like that because it opens, but I prefer it this way. There's the front cover, back cover. Famous album, soundtrack to a film, Under the Cherry Moon, and just a phenomenal record. I love the song Mountains. You'll see a 12-inch single of that later. I love Kiss, of course, you know, still the very peak period of Prince, you know, there for about a decade between, I'd say, 82 and 92, you really could do no wrong. I've got the soundtrack to Batman. Now, I probably might pick up the reissue of this one because this one happens to be sealed, and I've never opened it, so I think I might actually pick up the reissue on this one so I can have a plain copy of it and keep the original sealed, because this one is obviously going to be worth a lot more if I keep it sealed, so that's my plan. Next one up on the list here is Sign of the Times. You've heard me talk about this in my other tribute video to Prince. This is a promo copy. You can see it's gold stamped on the top there, promo. And this sounds phenomenal. No need for an upgrade on this one. No need for a new reissue on this one because it sounds and plays absolutely perfect. So I just love this album. It's his Dark Side of the Moon as far as I'm concerned. It is his best album. I love this record, and every track on it is just an absolute masterpiece. So if you're a new Prince collector, this might be a great place to start for you. So Sign of the Times. I think that one was 87, I think. I'm guessing on years. It doesn't matter. You can look them up. This one is a bootleg here. I got to be honest with you. I have a bootleg copy of the Black Album. It does not sound good. So this will be a one that I've already pre-ordered on the reissue series that's coming out this year. If you've got an original copy, a few of them got out before he decided he didn't want to release this record. And it was a last minute, but there's, I don't know how many copies exist of the original full black cover with nothing on it. Hang on to it because it's probably worth a fortune. There's been various bootlegs through the years. This one, I thought it might sound better than it did, but it doesn't, so I wouldn't waste your money. I'm very happy to be getting an upgrade copy of this one soon. And here's the back cover if you wanted to see that. Alright, so from there, this is the album that he elected to release instead of the Black Album, Love Sexy. Very controversial cover. I remember department stores would not carry this because they thought it was too risque. You know, Prince nude on the cover, although he doesn't really show anything. You would think by today's standards this would be nothing. But in the late 80s, this was still kind of very controversial and did not make store shelves, and subsequently sales suffered for it. But I love this album, and I think he made the right decision to release this instead of the Black Album. Although the Black Album's good, this one definitely more commercial and better sounding, more positive for sure. The Black Album's very, very dark, and I really like this record. Dance On, Love Sexy, When Two Are in Love. I love Alphabet Street, of course, and the first song, No. Wonderful, wonderful album. Oh, and this also is a promo copy, so I'm very lucky to have that. So if you want to see any of these in detail, maybe I can do another video in the future where I just show like certain things. I don't know, but I'm just trying to speed it along. Graffiti Bridge, double album, also was a movie. Actually have the DVD now. I did purchase a copy of that from eBay after his death. I have not seen it yet. I hadn't even seen Under the Cherry Moon, if I'm being honest. Loved the soundtrack, but never bothered to watch the movie, and that was better than I thought it was going to be. So maybe Graffiti Bridge will be better than I think it will be also. But the music on this is good. It's not all Prince. So you have some Time songs on here, and you've got Tevin Campbell, and I think you've got Mavis Staples, and maybe one or two other people. But there's a lot of good material on here, and we'll see if I even like the movie at all. But you just never know with Prince. That Purple Rain, of course, is a wonderful film, and everyone should see that. But his other films, it's like, well, only Prince could get away with that. Very, very happy and lucky to show you the next two, because I've got the Hits Volume 1 on vinyl. It's not a perfect copy. It does have a little crease on the corner, and I believe it happened in shipping because this was an online purchase. This is hard to find. Really hard to find. 2 LP. Sounds wonderful, though. Absolutely amazing sound quality on this. So if they ever reissued it, I might be tempted to buy it if it was like a 4 LP package of the Hits Volume 1 and the Hits Volume 2. But believe me, this sounds phenomenal, and unfortunately it does have a little bit of a crease, but I'm just still very, very blessed to have it. And then to go along with it, I have the Hits Volume 2, which, again, either one of them are extremely hard to find. And I actually play this one a little bit more because there's, well, let's see, this is a Volume 1 or Volume 2 that has more of the obscure stuff on it. Well, I guess you really get that on the CD. There's a 3 CD package of it that you get a lot of the lesser known songs, but on the LPs it's pretty much hit after hit after hit after hit. But you do get songs like Peach and Pope and Seven, Pink Cashmere. So there are some songs on here that you probably wouldn't consider hits necessarily, but it's just a wonderful thing to have on vinyl and extremely hard to find. Then we've got a vinyl copy of Diamonds and Pearls. This is the beginning of his 90s period, I guess. After maybe the peak of his, after the Hits package came out, it did seem like his popularity did go down a little bit. He would make various comebacks through the years, and this is a fantastic album, but it just didn't reach the sales heights that a lot of his previous work did, but by no means a slouch, because you've got songs here like Thunder, of course the title track Diamonds and Pearls, and Willin' and Able, and the song Get Off, which was a pretty big hit for him. So really good album, and again I apologize if any of these are out of order, I just took my best guess. We've got the Symbol album here on vinyl. This is hard to find, and let's just maybe take some of these out and show you this one is actually, I took it out and it's not a gatefold, so no point in doing that one, but it is a 2 LP press. This was the beginning of his symbol phase, I guess you could say, whereas the artist formerly known as Prince, as a rebellion of sorts to Warner Brothers, he decided to change his name to an unpronounceable symbol, and you can see that I love that symbol, and I think, that's why I put it all over the box, because it's very iconic. This one might be very out of order, but I have a promo white label copy of Come, C-O-M-E, and this is just a plain black sleeve, 2 LPs. It's a full album promo copy, but they only put the album cover on the front here, just a little sticker, which is unusual. So, but maybe it's because it's a promo. I don't know if there are copies out there that exist that have the full cover on it. And when I see the reissue, they are reissuing this. It's available for pre-order now. I would be tempted to buy that. So I had a full picture cover of it, but this album is amazing and plays wonderfully, and as far as sound goes, it's fantastic, so I wouldn't need an upgrade for that. But again, in the effort to be complete, that's probably what I would do. I've got a copy of Raven to the Joy Fantastic. This was late 90s, early 2000 here. Another good album. It just didn't really do that well on the charts, didn't go anywhere really. But I love the title track. The Greatest Romance Ever Sold was a minor hit. I love songs like Hot With You, Tangerine, The Moon and the Stars. It's a really good album, and one that unfortunately got overlooked quite a bit. 2 LPs again on this one, and just very, very lucky to have it. Now this I have not seen on a reissue campaign, so I'm not entirely sure what they're going to do with this one, if anything. Maybe it just hasn't come up yet, but they might reissue it, I don't know, but just blessed to have an original copy of that. Let's see, this one here, we've got Lotus Flower. This was an interesting album because it was like 2 albums in one. You had Lotus Flower, which is a bit of a, typical 2000s Prince, and then you had an album called Minneapolis Sound. So there's 2 albums in here. You had Lotus Flower, and then you had Minneapolis Sound. And Minneapolis Sound was actually quite unique because it's like a throwback to Prince's old stuff, where he used drum machines, and it sounded very much like the old Minneapolis Sound from the 80s. So didn't necessarily work that well, but overall I would say this is definitely worth getting, and this I have seen on the reissue series, so you'll be able to get this soon again too if you're interested. So I would say it's definitely an interesting listen and worth your time, so check out Lotus Flower / Minneapolis Sound. Almost done here. Let's see here, we had a couple albums that happened recently. A couple years ago he did Artificial Age. This was readily available up until his passing, so I think this right now you probably have to wait for a reissue on this one, like all of his records, but this one was surprisingly good. I really, really like this album. This is another one of his many, many comebacks. I'm only showing you vinyl, but there are other records that I don't have on vinyl, like, I don't have the Rainbow Children. That's one I am missing that was kind of in between a lot of this stuff. And I don't have Musicology. I think there might be a vinyl pressing of that. Very limited, probably only promo. And I really hope that they re-release that on vinyl. It's a great album. Have it on CD. 3121's another one I don't have on vinyl because there never was one on vinyl, so I'm only showing you vinyl in this video. But believe me, I have stacks of CDs as well. We could be here for hours if I really wanted to. And then finally, at the same time as Artificial Age, he released an album with a band called Third Eye Girl, which went on to be his touring band as well, called Pectrum Electrum. I had mixed feelings about this when I heard it. I didn't think it was all that great, but of course, with his passing and his untimely death, you go back and you revisit some of this stuff, and you kind of give it more credit than I did originally. I didn't really care for this, if I'm being honest. I loved Artificial Age, but this one didn't do much for me. But now I hear it again, and I think, well, that was pretty good. So, it's probably just the emotional side of things. But anyway, that is the studio albums box. And there's about room for 3 or 4, maybe up to 6 other records in there. So I'm going to selectively pick stuff from the reissues that are coming out. Almost everything I showed you, apart from, I think, Raven to the Joy Fantastic. Ooh, I missed one. I missed one, an important one. Let's see if I can find it here. Somehow it slipped through. Where did I put it? I don't want to miss it because it's kind of my pride and joy. Here it is. The Gold Experience. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I almost overlooked that because I'm very, very fortunate. This is a numbered edition on gold vinyl. 3,399. I think there was 5,000 of these. Here's the back cover. Very plain. I don't know if this was ever released with the actual album cover or not, which was quite different than this. But I have to show you because, well, I mean, it's just gold vinyl, but, I'm just so proud to have this that I just wanted to show you the label here and show you the gold vinyl. It's a 2 LP press. The other one's identical, so gosh, I can't believe I almost missed that, but I'm just digging them out of the box and somehow it just slipped through. So anyway, I'm just so lucky to have that, and it just sounds so amazing. I've got the CD, but the vinyl, oh my goodness. I mean, something about Warner Brothers and Prince, he put so much work into the vinyl, it seems like. You'd almost be doing yourself an injustice not to buy Prince stuff on vinyl. So from there, I think I'll pause the video, take a switcheroo here, switch boxes out, and come back and show you quickly, hopefully, 12-inch singles. But it's a full box, so I have a feeling this is going to be a long video. So stick around and I'll show you the 12-inch. Be right back. Hey guys, thanks for sticking with me. This box, I gotta admit, is even more full than the last one, so I'm gonna have to go pretty fast with these 12-inch singles, or we're gonna be here all day. and I don't want to do that. So let's just start, and I'm just going to plow through them. Let's Work. This from Controversy, I'm pretty sure, and you can see the B-sides is Gotta Stop Messing About. It's a cool song. And 1999. A lot of these, you know, there's so many different versions and variants of these that it would be almost impossible to say that you're complete on Prince stuff, but you know, I'm very happy with what I have, but by no means am I claiming to be complete. Hopefully you can read along there, and if I'm talking over things, When Doves Cry, you can see the B-sides of stuff. This B-side is called, let's see, 17 Days, I think that is. It's a long, long title, so Take Me With You. I'm almost sure this is not American, by the way. I'm not sure where this came from, if I'm being honest. Erotic City's the B-side there. Let's Go Crazy, and another version of Erotic City. I love these remixes, though. They're so cool, especially the early ones. We've got, of course, the iconic Purple Rain on 12-inch, and then, of course, the very famous B-side God. I Would Die For You. I tried to put these in order. Don't shoot me again if I'm off on my order a little bit. I'm just so happy to have all this stuff. I've got America. This is from Around the World in a Day. Obviously, we've switched look here. We've got Raspberry Beret. And hopefully the B-sides will show up on some of these. I just can't, with my eyes, it's just impossible sometimes. Pop Life. Another great track from that album. We've got Paisley Park. Love that track. And this is probably a little bit more on the rare side. This wasn't a big single or anything. So I'm really happy with that one. Actually, this may be a Paisley Park. Oh, it's a remix on the B-side. Then we get into Sign of the Times stuff. Sign of the Times. And we get, let's see, oops, it looks like I'm a little out of order here again. Oh, well. This is actually a gift from my friend James Lack in the UK. He sent me this interview disc from the Parade era. So thanks for that again, James. And we've got a Kiss. Looks like I am out of order. Sorry about that. Tried so hard to prepare these boxes, and it's just when you got a lot. I mentioned this in the earlier video. Mountains, really like that song. Really cool track from Parade. We've got Another Love, a Hole in Your Head. Another track from Parade. And now we get back into the Sign of the Times stuff. We just saw Sign of the Times. Now, If I Was Your Girlfriend. I think this was the lead single from that album, and I think that was a mistake, because this was not really that radio-friendly of a song. Going by memory, though. We've got I Could Never Take the Place of Your Man. Really good track there. And I love the B-side, Hot Thing. Absolutely wonderful 12-inch version of that. Let's see here. Get this going here. It looks like I got 2 copies of You Got the Look. Somehow I ended up with 2 of those. I think one's in shrink, sealed, and the other one's a playing one. Very famous song with Shane Easton. I Wish You Heaven. 12-inch. It looks like this is a promo copy. Surprised when I went through this stuff how many promo copies I had. I had no idea, really. Didn't ever paid attention. We've got, now we're really all over the place. Here's one from Love Sexy called Glam Slam. Just like the artwork on this, very unique, clear bag in it, and just has an arrow. Glam Slam. Good track there. Got Bat Dance from the Batman soundtrack. So that's always nice. B-side there is 200 Balloons. Party Man. Most people know that track from the film. B-side there, Can't Read. We've got The Arms of Orion, kind of a slower ballad from that film. Really like that track, though. And then we've got The Scandalous Sex Suite. I think this was around the same time frame as the here's Batman theme here. So just a real cool 12-inch version of a track from the Batman soundtrack. Then we go into Graffiti Bridge stuff, Thieves in the Temple. One of the better songs on that record. We've got, let's see, what is this one called? Boy, I really just can't even read the title of it. Apologies, I have no idea, but it's another promo copy. Someone might have to comment and tell me what the title of this single is. I cannot read it. It just says Prince and the New Power Generation, specially priced maxi single, but I don't see a title anywhere on it. Bizarre. So let's see, we've got Cream. And that's a great song there. We've got one of my favorite Prince tracks, 7, 12-inch single there. B-side is acoustic version, and after 6 long version. So there's just 3 different versions of that track, which is an amazing song. We've got a song called Damn You. A really great, slower ballad again, one of his better ballads. Love that song. We've got Insatiable. Again, apologies if these are out of order. I'll have to do some research and make sure everything's lined up well. I literally just put these boxes together. Let's see, Money Don't Matter Tonight. Another great song there. I think that one's on the Symbol album. Really good one there. Running out of room here. I forgot one. Get Off. Pretty big hit for him there. Running out of things to say. My Name is Prince. Never liked the cover of this one very much, but nevertheless, it's still a pretty cool song. Yeah. And then I've got a picture disc of that same track, which I've got to believe is somewhat rare. So, just cool to have that. Here's another little picture disc of I think this one's Sexy MF, just on a little 7-inch picture discs with his famous symbol on it. Came with a little card, so it's fairly flimsy, so I try to take good care of that. Getting down towards the end here, Somebody Somebody. Not any type of a picture on that one, so I'm assuming this is another promo, white label. And we've got here I Hate You. Some of these, I tell you, I haven't heard in so long. I've got to go back and revisit some of these songs. Here's one called Let It Go. I think this one is part of that Come era, part of the, probably contractual obligation to Warner Brothers release type stuff. And let's see, we've got one here. I really need to hear this one again. I have no memory of this song, Space. I couldn't even really tell you what album it's from. Maybe it says on the back here. Original version from the Warner Brothers album Come. Yeah, so it's from that same album. I'm not that familiar with, really. All I remember is I didn't really like it that much. This one's interesting. In the year 2000, he re-released the song 1999 and released this purple medley. So you get a purple medley, and it's got a lot of his mixed hits on it. And I think this came out about the same time as the hits package did, with that hits 1 and hits 2. But it's interesting. I like the original better, but still, it's really cool to have it. We've got a later one here called Black Sweat, another promo copy. And this was on 3121, I think. So that probably is one of the last 12-inch singles I have. And then I have this. It's called The Beautiful Experience. And I've tried several copies of this, and the sound quality is terrible. It's really easy. It was really easy to find, but I could never find a copy that sounded good. It just, you got to turn the volume up to max, and you still can't hear it. Something went wrong in the pressing of these, because I think this is the 3rd copy I've had, and none of them sound good. So, kind of hate to say it, but don't waste your money on that. Probably go with the CD. But nevertheless, it's cool to have. So, there you go. I did it in under 10 minutes. I'm really glad, and I'm sorry I didn't go into great detail with the 12-inch singles and the second box, but I'm already pushing well over 30 minutes, and I figure that's enough. So, I hope you enjoyed my little fun labor of love tribute to Prince. Last time I went on and did my tribute to Prince 2 days after he died, and it was really hard to get through, and I really wanted to wait until I was in better spirits about everything and to come and show you my records. I thought that was more appropriate. So, hope you liked the posters, hope you liked the boxes. I had a lot of fun putting it all together. Hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, take care of yourselves, and bye for now.